Yep.
But before I get to the big punch, one of the things I really did like about the model discussion, they spent a lot of time off of the keynote, but in other sessions, talking about Gemma 4,
Ooh,
and
love it.
using open models, and all the things that you can do with it, all the way pushing it down to Raspberry Pis and robots and things like that in
Hmm.
the edge. Really appealing to the IoT, but also the folks, enterprise level, and also individual developer of using these models like you and I do, right, on our own infrastructure. In addition to using frontier models, and I was really pleased to see how much time and pride they had, and why they emphasized why they did this, right? Because it's a full spectrum of ecosystem of models. It's not just the biggest badass model that came out that kicks everybody else's butt today, won't tomorrow. Yeah, mic drop, right? Um, so I know you have opinions about that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on sort of the open weight models and the uses for that.
Yeah, so Gemma, I'm a huge fan of it. And what I think I like the most about because it's open source, and actually open source, not just open weight.
Hmm. Hmm.
You have companies like Unsloth, which, as you know, is one of my favorites
You do like
for
them.
an innovator. Oh yeah, they had been fixing it. Because the models that you get from Google do things like tool calls, but they weren't doing them properly in all situations and cases.
Hmm.
Also, some of the quants they were delivering weren't exactly optimized, and so Unsloth and other companies like them have been taking these models and making them better, whether it's fixing problems, whether it's doing interoperability so they can run in different on different environments like Olama and whatnot, or if it's to actually fine tune them, or to build recipes to fine tune them for support of very specific use cases within an enterprise. And that last to me is where we really need to go. We like started kind of thinking about that 2 years ago and saying, yep, let's just fine tune, let's learn how to fine tune. And then frontier models got so good, and the context windows got so big that we sort of, as an industry, said, maybe we don't need to fine tune. Maybe we can just context stuff our way to success. And I think that in this era of tokenomics, we're realizing that maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe the best idea is to take these smaller models and to basically, let them do one thing well. Hello, the curl of the LLM space. Uh,
You get on a
and
theme and you stick with it, don't you?
I do totally. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very consistent. But if you can do that, and you're going to impart to, the builder of this stuff, the stuff who's going to put this to work in the enterprise, some massive gains in both performance and often in quality, as well as reducing cost, exponentially for these things. So I'm glad to see the industry pivoting back around to recognize that these smaller, particularly open weight and open source models, have a very vital role to play alongside the larger closed frontier models.
Yep. And training, I think this is what you're also referring to there at last, but also training of these smaller language models
That's
that
what I mean by fine tuning. Yeah.
yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
right? So that way you do have some input. It's not just a rag in front of
No,
somebody
no.
else's model, right?
Yeah, but it's training, is like a layer. It's like level 11 wizard compared to fine tuning. Because fine tuning, you could do, like Unsloth, as I was just talking about, has recipes and even pre-built, notebooks that you can just point at a data set and say, help me use this to fine tune this model for my specific use case, and job done. If you train a model, you want to do something like align that model to your company's expectations of how we control IP, how we control, what's the word for language that you don't want from said model. Um, Yes, but I was thinking of language use that is inappropriate for your model to use in a customer experience kind of framework, and yeah, those
Street
things,
talk, you mean?
or use street talk, depending on who you are. But that takes some data science experience
Yeah.
to really do right.